Well, listen. Back when I was a child, before life removed all the innocence, my father would lift me high and danced with my mother and me, and then spin me around till I fell asleep. Then up the stairs he would carry me, and I knew for sure I was loved.
Welcome back to another episode of These Two Girls podcast, where we share our views on love, life, and everything in between. Oh, we switching it up. With your hosts,
Candy
and Cheyenne.
Hey y'all.
We're back at it again.
Back at it.
So we've had a little break in the weeks, but we had a technical difficulty. We had a terrible technical difficulty.
Terrible.
I cannot.
No, tell them what we mean by terrible. Shy.
The entire hour recording gone, disappeared.
Y'all.
The night before I was supposed to.
We had a guest.
We
sat down, spoke to the guest, had a really good conversation, really good stuff, and then boom, we were ready to post, and it wasn't there.
It's gone, and I did everything. I tried. I read, researched everything, and the online community told me that, sorry.
Yeah.
Sucks to suck. So now, we'll figure it out. We're learning. We're in the learning process. Technical difficulties do happen.
Take time with us, please.
And we had to apologize to our guest.
Yes.
For seemingly wasting his time, but because
hopefully he understood. Did he understand?
He sounded like he understood, and I appreciated that. So
okay, good.
Hopefully we will work something out. We'll see what happens in the future.
Okay.
But yeah, what you been up to?
Nothing. I feel like the summer has started and I haven't done anything with my summer yet. So I'm hoping it gets better. I really want to at least do 5 things on my bucket list this summer.
Okay. Maybe we should talk about that next time.
Yeah.
What you got on your bucket list and if you've gotten any of those done. I do not have things on my bucket list. I think what I have on my list now, because I'm home right now. So I'm literally sitting beside Candy today.
Yes. Yay! We didn't tell him that, guys. I'm touching her. She's right here. Okay. All right. Yes, but she's here, y'all. In the flesh. This is not long distance right now.
So my plans were.
It sounds better, right, guys? They probably notice how much better it sounds. Yes.
My plans were to get some extra studying done, to binge watch some of my shows and catch up, and to go to the beach.
But you know what sucks though? Like a lot of the things that I want to do requires outdoor, being outdoors, and it
will not stop raining.
It is raining like crazy over here in Fort Lauderdale, y'all.
I'm over it. Like I just really need for it to just stop. This morning was a beautiful morning, but by afternoon, done. I feel like if I wake up tomorrow morning and the sun is out, I'm just gonna drive straight to the beach by myself.
I've been wanting to go to the springs and I have not been able to do that because it's been raining. Who wants to go to the springs in cloudy, mucky, nasty weather? Not me.
Well, we'll see.
Hope it gets better.
I thought it was supposed to be April showers, It's now June showers.
It's now June showers, and I feel like we're rolling into June.
And it's just still raining.
Yeah.
Hurricane season just started.
Oh gosh, don't remind me. You know what I heard somebody say? I don't know if you remember last year when we had a hurricane and they got the food stamps. Someone said to me that they hope that
Oh, come on.
They hope the hurricane comes again so they can get the food stamps. And I'm like,
they're
seriously?
not gonna get it because the government ain't re-up yet from all that money they gave out last year. They need a couple more years.
Is your belly a ticking off? Seriously? Like, bruh, it was hilarious though, because I did have a good laugh because I could not believe that's
what they were thinking.
That's what they were thinking about.
Yeah.
But
Well, the summer started. It's June. Schools are out. Kids are annoyingly running around.
Getting into trouble.
Yeah.
Sexing.
Sexing? What? Sorry. The kids are sexing.
I'm sorry. Was that what we were doing during our summer?
No.
I'm sorry. Getting into trouble.
So. Yeah.
Doing their schoolwork, going to summer classes, watching TV, playing video games.
Yes.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Living their best life.
Living their best life.
Whatever that is for kids. Well, and Father's Day.
Yes, Father's Day
is coming up. Well, yeah.
What are you doing for your father? You're gonna be here.
I will be.
Right, because you weren't here for Mother's Day.
I was not.
So you'll be here for Father's Day. So do you have anything planned?
I'm gonna buy him some socks.
Okay.
Because I noticed that he needed some socks. And I think I'll try to add some swagger to his life. And get him some cool socks. You know, like the other day, he brought out these bland beige socks to ask me if it went with his beige suit. And I was like...
so it's like church socks?
Yeah, but... Yeah. More church socks.
You should try, what's that store that the guys go to? NY?
Never heard of it. Oh, New York and Company?
Yeah.
Guys shopping there?
Don't they have a men's section?
Oh, I don't know.
No, sorry, it's Express Men.
Oh, I can't afford Express socks. My girl, I'm also plan for go.
It's your dad. It's like...
Yes, it's my dad, and I would love to give him the world, but I cannot afford Express socks.
Okay.
I could probably buy one sock in there. With the money that I buy that one sock, I could buy like 4 in Ross.
You're right. All right, Dr. Shy. You soon get there. You soon get
I don't
there.
even think when I get there, I'm Express
So I'm
socks.
telling you, we need to start this lotto pack. Like, we need to do this, son. Like, I feel like, guys, tell me if this is not a good idea. I'm saying that my friends, like, we should all come together and buy lotto tickets every time the big draw them come around, and one of us have to win.
Here's the first flaw in your strategy. You only want to buy when the big numbers come around. We could be winning the small.
Okay, scratch the big numbers. We just need for all 10 we need to go buy tickets and just know say that when money run, we have to put each other on.
So you have friends.
Why am I so Jamaican right now?
You have friends that you would trust to play the lotto with.
Well, you're one.
Yes.
Okay, that's a start.
And you want 10.
I don't have to be 10, 5 away. I mean,
I think I can count 5 that I could trust.
I mean, my family members too. So
okay, all right.
Them would have to buy a ticket too. Right.
All right, let's work on that.
And then remember your sister sharing with us how to
Yeah, she got this. She got the keys.
Yo.
She got the keys to the lotto.
Yo,
she gonna win.
That's what I was just about to say. She gonna win. Good thing that I know her sister. Her sister's on podcast with me, so money come true. Yes.
I mean, she used to be your sister one time too. Oh, we ain't even gonna know.
You're so yo, Shanique. Did you hear that? She's still salty about that. Okay. Yes. One time, I kind of adopted Shine's sister, but it was because Shine was away at in college,
yes.
And her sister needed some help with what was it, prom, homecoming?
One of them, I think it was prom. Yeah.
And I helped. I mean, isn't that what friends are supposed to do?
Yes. I appreciate you, Candy. Thank you for stepping in when I was not there. Really appreciate that.
Moving on.
Anyway. So yes, Father's Day is, well, just like the Mother's Day episode, when they hear this, it will either be on Father's Day or right after Father's Day.
Right.
Or in the future, whenever you choose to listen.
Yeah.
So we're going to discuss fathers.
Yeah.
Rightfully so. Candy and I are fortunate to
yes.
have grown up with our fathers.
Thank
and
you,
have
Jesus.
Our fathers in their lives. And not everyone is that fortunate.
I know.
And, circumstances. And that's cool. It doesn't make us any better than they are.
Right.
But it kind of does.
Because we all struggling right now. We all have the same struggle.
Yeah. And, and so we're going to take this episode to talk about our fathers and to appreciate the fathers out there.
Yes.
So do you want to start by telling us about what kind of father was, what your father name again?
Calvin. Okay, so honestly, like I am so thankful that I had a dad growing up. I can't imagine not having my dad. I don't know how, I know I have friends and folks that I know that, didn't have a father growing up, and I sometimes think about that, and I just have to thank God, that I was able to have a dad in my life consistently. And from baby to now, big old picnic, adult. But yeah, so growing up, I always thought I had the coolest dad. Like, I just loved my dad. I honestly wanted to be like my dad when I grew up. That's how much I just loved my dad. I still love him, but he was just so cool to me. Like, he was the one adult. Like, I remember when my cousins used to come over and stuff, he was the adult that would play with everybody. And, he would take us on trips. He would always be the one to play the games with us and take the time out to just teach everything about anything. And I really enjoyed those times. We had some really, really, really good times growing up in Jamaica. I even think now my younger sister that was born here in America, I always said to myself that she missed out on all of that because I feel like America just kind of just kill a lot of that spirit that was there, But my dad, I really, really enjoyed those times, and he used to always stand up for me. Like, I used to always get bullied in school, and guess who would show up? Candy father. Go and make Candy father come out of school. And yes, best believe Candy's dad would roll up at the school like, who messing with my daughter? And those were big highlights for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because my dad was big man come up at the school, I remember one time he drip up one boy for messing with me. I'm like, yeah, that's right. Who told you to mess with me? I'm right there behind my dad. Yes, that's right. So he would always defend me too, Yeah, man, Mr. James. Yo, you are the big man, for real.
What about discipline?
So my dad was a disciplinarian, but he didn't like having to do it. Like, afterwards, which I did respect about him, like, anytime, I'd get a spanking or something, he would sit me down and say, listen, Candy, I don't always like to have to do this, but you need to understand, and he would explain the whole thing to me as to why he would have to do it and what I need to do not to make this happen again. But he was a disciplinarian. He was the hands-on changing the diapers. He was the one that when your nose clog up, when you're a baby and you can't blow out the cold out your nose, he would be the one to suck it out with his mouth. That was my dad. Like, y'all, my dad did that. And I think it's a Caribbean thing.
I think my dad too. My dad, they talk about it all the time.
Right. Yeah. So what that is when you're a baby and you have a cold and your nose is stuffy. I know before they have the little what they call
the little
it?
syringe kind of.
The little syringe.
Yeah. The
Right,
suction.
the
kinda
suction thing. Yeah, so before we were using all of that, my dad and I guess Cheyenne's dad too, they would put their mouths over the little baby nose and draw out the coal, suck it out, and spit it out, and suck it.
But can you not do that? Please stop it.
Yeah, y'all, that's mad love, son.
I mean, yeah.
Cause I don't know if I would do that. My mom wasn't doing it. She was like, nope, bro, nope. We try to find a way to drink, give her some tea to drink. Y'all know how tea cures everything. But yeah, my dad did that, and Cheyenne's dad did too. All right, Mr. Brown. So yeah, that's my little story there.
Okay.
My dad.
I think Dwight, he is. Most people see him, they think he's quiet. And he is, and I think that's where I get my quietness from.
Aww.
But we were afraid of my dad as kids.
Why? He was a disciplinarian?
Not like all the time afraid of him, like just constantly living in fear. But like, if it came down like you did something wrong, you were hoping that it was the Spanish mom that came and not him. Because I don't even know. He was rougher,
Okay.
His tone.
The whites? I don't see
With
it.
us,
I
yes.
don't see it.
And my mom would probably end up saving us most of the time.
Aww.
But I used to stay away from getting beaten. But I had a couple, my own few run-ins. And he had his own special belt. And I don't know where he get his belt from, but it was a thick leather belt, okay?
Oh, no.
And that's what he would use. So that's why we were afraid.
Did he ever use any sticks or anything?
No.
Or whips?
None of my parents ever did anything
cords,
like that.
iron cord or nothing?
No.
Okay. Alright. I mean,
it was their hand.
I didn't. It was always a hand or belt.
The hand or belt, yes.
Yeah. All right.
So, but yeah, he was always quiet, but he was always like the backbone of the home in terms of keeping everything running. Like when we were living in Jamaica, and I remember we moved into our own house that he was literally probably building with his own hands.
Okay.
And so once we had like one room, the kitchen, the bathroom, and one little living area, we moved in there. In Jamaica, you move in and then you keep building onto the house. And my dad would tile the house himself. And I think at that point I learned how to put grout on tile. I could grout a tile if you want.
All right.
And things like that. And like financially, he would keep the things running in terms of, he was more into accounting back then. Okay. So he would keep the bills paid, and even now, to this day, my mother will say, and she'll always say, like, God forbid anything happens to your dad right now, I have no clue how to pay any of these bills, what is due, when, how much, who we owe, anything. And, that's not necessarily a good thing.
That's right.
But that's just the old school way of how they came up. He did it, and they have one account. Well, not one, but all the accounts is just them, 2 names on it, and everything just come out of one thing. But he handles the flow of all of those things. But yeah, he was always very quiet, and I feel like anytime we did anything wrong, I was always more conscious of disappointing my father than anything else. Because he would just quietly be disappointed. It was just like...
That's the worst.
Deep. Yeah.
That's the worst. You're not gonna say anything?
Yeah, just... And even now, he's not the type, like, if there's anything in, we're grown kids now, and anything he doesn't like, he doesn't say it directly to us.
He says it to your mom.
And then next day I know she come out and say, so, you guys or whatever, and your father doesn't like when you... And I'm like, what? So, he's peculiar in that way, but he's a good guy,
Oh, yeah, I like the white.
And I don't know. What else would I say about him? I don't know, but he never wanted any boys, he said. And
Aw.
so he only has us two girls, and he's content. And
Well, he may get the boy in like a grandson or
Maybe.
in his son-in-law.
well, yeah,
You know.
yeah.
Right.
So yeah, I don't know. If I think of anything else, we can add it later.
Okay.
But yeah. So, have you ever
Mhm.
dated anyone like your dad? With
Like
the
my
personality
dad?
or demeanor of your father?
Nah.
Would you date anyone?
Would I date anyone like my dad? Okay, so here's the thing. So I honestly can say that I've never really seen that romantic side to my dad.
Okay.
I know I used to see hints of it when I used to live in Jamaica, but right now I don't see that. I see the parenting side. So I can't really answer that because I don't know what it's like to. I don't know. I've never seen that side.
Okay.
But yeah, so I guess that's a no.
Okay.
Or can I just
You
say
don't
I
know.
don't wanna? I don't know. Okay,
know.
thanks. So I'll just say I don't know. What about you?
I think I have dated someone with some traits that I could recognize. Like I would just something that he would do, and I would just be like, oh, you're just like my dad.
Oh, really? Okay.
But it's like in a way like, and not really in bad ways, but not necessarily great things either.
Mhm.
Like things that I can hear my mother complain about.
Mhm.
My dad's not very argumentative.
Mhm.
He doesn't like the confrontation. So, but my mom is a talker, you know. So she'll be doing all the arguing, and he'll talk up to her too, but he doesn't continue on like she does. And sometimes he'll kind of shut down and be done with it, you know. And I was talking to a guy, and it was like that. And I even started to see that side of my mother in me, because I felt like I was going at it, and he wasn't giving me any
Oh wow.
back and I don't like to argue either, but it was like because he wasn't giving me anything, it was like I'm laboring the point, trying to get something
Trying
out
to
of
make
him,
sure
you know?
he gets it.
Yeah. So I didn't. That was one trait I noticed, and I don't know. Would I date someone like my dad? But I noticed my dad is very sweet to my mom.
Aw.
He like now she works nights, and even when she was on her huge diet kick, when she would wake up in the evening, he already steamed the vegetable and cooked the fish
I
and
like
whatever, and for her, and dinner is ready, and the thing is, you know, and it's funny because, you know, traditionally the way he grew up, you know, my grandmother was the one cooking, and you know that kind of old school traditional family setup. So to see him now take on this role of he cooked, I swear he cooks more. My mom sometimes says like his Saturday soup is better than hers. You know, sometimes when people
Oh, y'all do that
share,
Saturday soup
they
thing?
do,
Oh
girl.
gosh, that is such a Jamaican thing.
They make soup, and like people's like, oh, Sonia, the soup was so good. She said, no, it's not me cooking.
It's
You
the
know,
whites.
yeah.
Alright.
And he does, you know, he does his thing. He has his own little specialty things.
Nice.
You know, I think Shanique told me that he was up. He came out the room at like 4 o'clock in the morning, Sunday morning, but just he woke up and decided to make the dough for the fried dumpling and leave it to sit down so it could be nice and.
Oh, so he's okay. Okay.
And, yeah, and he'll cook and stuff. So I noticed that the way that he treats my mother, I would like to have that
Okay.
in a partner.
Okay.
You know, someone that's catering to you as equal as they expect. You know.
So, now you've given me something to think about because I do remember saying that so there are certain things that my dad does have going on that I would like to see somebody. Like for instance, my dad is a cleaner. My dad is always cleaning up something. Like it's an obsession. Like if anything, if I'm missing something, I know who to ask because he's always moving stuff. And so I used to say that I would like to meet somebody that likes to clean, because I'm not a cleaner.
Okay.
I'm a cooker, and I like to do laundry.
Okay.
But I'm not into the whole cleaning thing. So like when I cook, and I cook a big meal or anything, I can expect my dad to clean up after, after I do the cooking, and I rate that. You know what I'm saying? Because I honestly, I don't know, it's a pet peeve of mine to have to be the one to clean up the kitchen, then have to cook, and then have to clean again. Like,
But you're supposed to clean up the kitchen that you cook in.
I get it.
Aftermath of the eating, no, it should not be your responsibility.
Right. But it is, and I don't like that. So that's why I kind of I want someone that, believes in cleanup. Because you know how some men don't think them supposed to clean, it's just supposed to be the woman. Me not into that. So wheel and come again.
I'm gonna need to have a guy that's cleaner than me because I'm a little bit lazy. No lie. I'm not dirty.
Right.
I'm not. It's not like that. But I will let things hang around.
Right.
The clothes on the chair.
Okay.
They'll
be clean clothes though.
Yes.
Like, babe, I'll wash your clothes. Your clothes smell so good. I'll even iron too.
No, I'm not in the ironing business.
Downy wrinkle release. Yes.
It's going in the
turn
dryer.
out. But
We're
yes.
telling on ourselves right now.
I'm sure there's some guys that will understand that. Come on, it's 2018, millennials.
Yeah,
come on.
And I think it won't be as hard to find as it was back in the day. There's some couples now that are probably older than us, but not as old as our parents, who still think that they need to come home to the man still thinks that he needs to come home to a home cooked meal when both him and the woman are working full-time jobs.
Right.
Right? It's not necessarily.
Well, I'm hoping that there are men in our age group
who realize the reality of life.
Right.
Yeah.
And not necessarily expecting that, because if that's what you're expecting from Candy, but I will say though that I do enjoy cooking, so that is something that
I will batch cook on Sunday, and there will be plenty of food.
We can do that
for
too.
You to pull out and put in the microwave all week.
Yes, we can do that too. I'll pack you nice little dishes and have. I'm with that part.
Out of the kitchen, okay?
I'm with the whole putting together the lunch thing too. Like, I'm with that. I'll do that. I just don't want to necessarily have to clean up the kitchen afterwards. So please make sure we have a working dishwasher too.
Alright, let's move on.
Alright, move on. So that I definitely like about my dad. I need a cleaner. I need someone that, and maybe I got spoiled over the years with that. Maybe. So we'll see how that works out.
So with Father's Day, in the horizon, let's introduce a segment we like to call a new segment we'll try to incorporate every now and then.
Okay.
Called You Good?
You good? Okay.
And in this segment, one of us or our guests will rant about something that annoys you.
Okay.
For a minute or so.
All right.
And I'm going to go ahead.
All right. You good?
Girl.
All right. What's up?
Because what is with the single mothers on Father's Day claiming Father's Day for themselves? Didn't Mother's Day just pass?
Girl, be careful now.
I'm just saying.
Be careful, they about to come for you.
I'm waiting. Mother's Day just passed, right? Yes, you're a single mother. You are raising the child on your own for whatever reason. The father is a deadbeat. He is whatever you want to call him, right? But you're raising this child on your own. I don't think that warrants you to come now a month later into Father's Day and be wishing yourself a happy Father's Day.
Why you get both days?
Why you have to get both days? Because the facts are, it doesn't matter how much of a single mother you are still not a father.
True.
You're not playing the role of a father. You are playing the role of a mother, overtime, double time. You are working your butt off. And that is greatly commended, appreciated, and respected. But you are not a father. Leave the Father's Day to the men out there who are being fathers. Men out there who are single fathers as well. Okay? Men out there who are trying to be fathers and the women won't let them see their kids or something like that. You get what I'm trying to say?
That is happening.
That is happening.
Yeah.
Just on Father's Day, instead of being salty and mad,
Right.
just leave it alone. You just celebrated Mother's Day.
Okay.
Let it be. Move on with your life. And let these fathers have their day. I'm so sick and tired of seeing it. I'm over it.
Yeah.
It needs to stop. Like, and I feel like it's demeaning to the men out there that are trying their best. You know.
Well, good thing they're not like us females, because I don't really see them going in about it. Because if you were to support, if that was supposed to happen with females,
Yes, that's
it would
true.
be a long blog,
That is true.
podcast, video, news report.
What if these single men were out here wishing themselves happy Mother's Day?
Right? You know what? Yes, that is true. Men, if the women keep doing this with the Father's Day, I say y'all do that. Single fathers,
if I
you
see
do
it
that.
this week, I'm wishing somebody I know that's a single father next year happy Mother's Day.
Right? Let's do it. Let's do it.
Straight up.
Let's do it. I'm going to do that. Yes.
And that's it. That was my rant.
All
I think it
right.
was mild.
Yes, it was
Maybe
mild.
in the future we'll have some more aggressive ones.
All right, you all right now? You good now?
I'm good.
All right, great. Yeah, so look out for that segment, guys. We have a couple that we're going to be introducing, and that is one of them, called You
Yes.
Good. So yeah, good job.
Back to the matter at hand.
Yeah.
If you were to get emotional and sentimental, what are some things that you would say to your father?
Oh boy. What are some things that I would say to my dad?
Would you like me to go?
Yeah, you can go first.
Okay. I only have two things.
Okay.
My first one is, we see you.
Okay.
I feel like even lately my dad has been doing some random things around the house. We have no clue what he's doing. He's out in the backyard doing something. I don't go back there, okay? It's too many lizards. I just can't. But he is working, sweating, coming in and out. And then he gets a little irritated when he asks us to do something and help him, and we're like, what? The other day he wanted us to hold the door. And we look at him like, hold the door? Because we were all like on the phones like doing something, and he's like, I need somebody to hold the door. And we're like, where you came from? So I would just tell him, like, we see you working hard. We see you, okay? We
All right. Okay.
And the second thing I would like to say to my dad is that I don't mean to yell at you.
Aww.
So my dad, though,
You already cried.
Oh, God.
Okay, go ahead.
sometimes, right? My dad, it don't matter how many times I show him how to do something on his phone or on the computer. This man always has to ask me. But the problem is that when I'm not here, he figures it out. This man is into the tech stuff. He buys all kinds of gadgets. He has all these things. But as soon as I'm in town, he forgets. All his brain power is gone. It's like he don't know how to do nothing.
I think sometimes they do it on purpose.
I don't know what it is. And then he always just, I don't know what his brain, he'll be sitting, like yesterday, he's sitting there practicing on his guitar. he playing his music, and I just walked by. He's like, "Oh, Cheyenne, I wanted you to show me how to." And I'm like, I just stopped in my tracks. Like, what? Weren't you had headphones in? You was listening to your music. You was playing your music. What are you? What now? And then I'd be like, "No, you just press right here." Like, what do you mean? And I be getting irritated, and then I feel really bad sometimes. Like. And if he comes into my room, don't let me ever be sitting with a book. He just be like, "Oh no, I don't want to bother you." And I'm like, and I just feel so bad, like, and I'm like, no, come, all right, like, and I just sometimes I feel like I have a little attitude with him, and I just be like, I have apologized in the past. One time I was like, I don't know I can't remember what it was now, but I had to apologize to him because I felt like I was just over the top, Not that I really like yelled at him, but yeah. So yeah, that's what I would say to my dad. So.
Okay. Yeah, that last one there touched me. So yeah, I will agree with you with the one we see you on, and so with that, I'll say to my dad is that you are appreciated. Even though I don't say it, I appreciate you, and I appreciate the sacrifice that you have made. And I know you guys probably hear me talking about it all the time, but even just moving here to the US, I just felt like there was so much that he left behind, to try to make things work for his children, so I appreciate everything that he has done. Another thing that I'd want to say to him is just thanks for always cheering me on. Like, I feel my dad was my number one cheerleader for anything I could think of doing. My dad is right there pushing me, and sometimes it would get annoying because sometimes when I've finished with that, like I'm not dealing with that anymore, that idea done, gone, I move on past that, he will be the one reminding me, "Hey Candy, what about that?" I'm like, "Daddy, I'm not into that anymore," and he'll always be reminding me. So that's another thing, like, I cannot tell my dad anything. He's going to remember, and he's going to remind me and hold me to it. But he's always cheering me on with whatever it is that I'm doing or working on or trying to do. That's my dad. And last one is just how he just takes everything. He's just very calm about everything. Like, I feel like he has gone through so many disappointments and just so many things that he, has been working on that just didn't go through or didn't happen like he wanted to happen. And he's chill.
Oh.
Like, it annoys me sometimes that he can even be so chill about some of these things. Like, he doesn't get riled up about it. I see people disrespect him. You know what I'm saying? And I want to be like, how dare you disrespect Mr. James? Like, who the hell are you? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And he doesn't get riled up about it. He just takes it and defends himself when he has to, but he moves on. Like, he doesn't get all depressed about it or anything, and I rate that. And he still moves on with whatever project he has to move or does whatever he has to do. And I think it's hard out here for a black Jamaican man with dreads. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he, makes up. So I rate him for that because, man, I see how tough it is out here for just people that just look regular, simple, and his image, I know it can scare people sometimes, Jamaican dread man, right? So and he's such a sweetheart. My dad is such a sweetheart, but yeah, that's what I would tell him. I love you, Daddy. Yes, I do.
I love my dad too.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I hope one day I could give you
Okay.
Okay. Don't start, y'all. I'm about to dead cry right now. Like
Dead cry.
I'm about to give y'all some funeral crying right now, son. And you know what's so crazy? Like I was telling my sisters the other day, like for the past 2 Sundays, for the past 3 weeks. So 2 weeks ago, my dad was heavily playing Mama by Boyz II Men. Was on a repeat, and I just see him just sit down and him eyes closed and him just play the song. The song finished, I'm seeing play it again. The song finished, I'm seeing play it again. I'm like, you alright, daddy? He's like, yeah, I'm good. I'm like, you thinking about your mom?
Oh god.
He's like, he didn't really give me an answer. I'm like, at what, and I'm like, what age did she pass? And I start to ask him some questions, and he's just like, I don't want to talk about it right now. And I'm just like, seriously, Dad? So I leave him alone to finish. And then this Sunday, he on repeat was this other song about some oldest song about children remember your parents, them wash and them clean and them this and them this. And I'm just like, what is going on, Dad? Like, seriously? And him just sit down quietly and just have the song on repeat over. And I can tell he's in his feelings, and I don't know what's triggering it. And it's probably us growing up that's triggering it, because I know he'll say, Lord on the door, remember me. Every time we're going out the door, he'll be like, Lord on the door, remember me anymore on the door, invite me anywhere on the door. I remember I used to be your favorite person, So, all right, I'm done, because I'm about to cry.
Okay, so
Yes.
why was this more sentimental than the Mother's Day episode? Was it? I don't know. Anyway.
It probably was, because I feel like my mom and I are still working through our relationship. Where my dad and I, we've been riding since the beginning of time. You know what I'm saying?
Well, okay. Well, yeah, so we just want to appreciate all the fathers out there.
Yes, shout out to the dads.
And if you know a father, you have a father that's in your life, just make sure you appreciate them all the time. Because, I think men get overlooked a lot.
They do.
Mother's Day cards be selling out the stores and,
Right.
But...
And I think in recent times, men have been stepping up too. You think so?
Yeah, I think sometimes men, especially a lot of young men now who didn't have their father growing up, they have actively chosen and purposed in themselves to be there for their kids.
Right.
And it's not 100%, but I think it's more common than it was back then.
Right.
They're actively trying. So women, don't make it too hard for them. If you're not in a relationship with them, cut them some slack. But we know how they can be sometimes. But
yeah.
don't let the children suffer.
Listen, it's not only women that go through mental health issues.
True.
Like we said in our last episode, men be going through it too. Like, clearly, I mentioned my dad in those songs. Clearly, something is on his head for him to be sitting there thinking about this stuff. Men.
And they don't have the tools.
Right.
Worse than us, because they're not sitting around talking with their friends and venting things out.
Right. They don't have friends like how we have friends.
Yeah, that's not how their relationship is with their friends.
Right.
So, they just cut them some slack. And, they're the ones that are definitely, ain't ish. But the ones that are trying.
Yeah.
Big ups to you.
Yeah.
Out there.
Big ups to you guys.
Yeah. So, happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day to you all. And I think that's
it. What you listening to? I think we should talk about playlists that we're listening to. Me and Bay. It's my stuff.
It's my stuff, right?
The Me and Blake playlist. It doesn't make me sad.
It doesn't.
It just makes me chill. And I'm just singing all the songs. Just puts me in a good mood.
Right. I love the Me and Babe playlist.
Yes.
Yes. We need to put that link on our Instagram page so that people can.
And another one that I was
out.
introduced to the other day is the Mood. It's just called Mood. It's very similar.
Yes, I think I've checked that out too. That is a nice one. I've also been listening to the Future Hits plays. Have you come across
Future Hits. I've seen it. I just did it.
Yes, Future Hits. See, I'm looking at my stuff that's on heavy rotation on my Apple. Yes, so Future Hits, KOD, J. Cole. So yeah, and I've been listening to some Korean stuff. Like, I've realized that. Don't look at me that way, Cheyenne.
I'm not looking at you anyway. I have a question though. Go
okay. So yeah, so like Korean artists, they've been mixing in the English in their songs.
Yes, that was gonna be my question.
Oh, okay.
Are they cussing? Because when we were in the restaurant today,
right,
we were hearing the English, and then they were saying, "Didn't he just say the N-word? Didn't he just say
the N-word?"
Whatever. Yes, that they said they heard, but I didn't hear it personally. And then there were other words that were curse words that were coming through. And we were
I do think that they definitely, I do think they're cursing, because I've come across a couple songs, hip hop Korean, and when they cross over to English, I do hear the curse words. I'm like, what? Apple don't know that they're cursing because to block it out. You know what I'm saying? I don't think Apple realizes that yet. But yeah, I think a couple songs I have heard.
Some trap Korean today.
Yes, there is trap Korean. There is trap Korean. There's Korean R&B. There's this girl called Say. Y'all check out Love Drop and Encore by this Korean girl named, I think it's pronounced Say, Saay. But yeah, there are lots of other groups. There's this group called Winner, CK, Taeyang, okay. The one that played on the Billboard Awards the other day, BTS. Yeah, there's some, check them out, you know.
Okay.
Open your mind a little bit. Mm-hmm. And if you like trap stuff, yes, they have trap Korean. Yeah. Unfortunately, I haven't heard any Korean Jamaican stuff, so I don't know about any dancehall stuff for you dancehall people. No, what a song name? What a girl name? The one that
Stay tuned.
Okay. All right. So that's it, folks. That's all we have for you today.
That's it.
Happy Father's Day. We love you, Shine and Candy's dad.
Yeah.
Follow us on
Instagram at These Two Girls, Twitter at These Two Girls Pod, and email us These Two Girls Podcast at gmail.com.
Yes.
All right, holla.
Bye.
Do people still say holla?
If I could get another chance, another walk, another dance with him, I'd play a song that